So we cut the cake in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. So on 3, 2, 1, we say take am so. 3, 2, 1, take am so.
The candles, right?
Bye. What's up, friends? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Take 'em So podcast. We're back with another banger. In the gym and fitness culture, I didn't see me because, you know, your girl, I'm reserving my fat for the future. When I hit the gym,
Where's the fat?
you say,
Where's the fat?
can you not see?
Hey.
When I hit the gym, you all will go back. So yeah, that's why I didn't feature in that episode. But when I come, the day you see me talking about gym, I will come with a summer body.
Who don't have the gym gene in their body. We sacked all of them away.
It was very intentional. I decided not to feature in that episode. So yes, welcome to another exciting episode of the Take 'em So podcast. I don't know if you know why my energy is very hyper like this. Today is my birthday. Oh. I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm an adult. So yeah, I'm really excited.
How old are you now? How old are you now? It's okay, let's continue.
I'm 25. Okay, so yeah, today is Chris and I, the Nativeson.
I mean, Abna has always said we bring young people onto this podcast to, you know, catch up with them and then see how they are doing. Yeah. But then today is all about us, right?
Yeah, we are the young adults.
We are exactly a year old as a podcast.
Yeah.
We're celebrating our achievements, we're celebrating our progress, we're celebrating the things that we have learned. So today is more about the journey that we have been through. Yeah. I can't believe I'm saying the journey because it's like Abner's phrase, but then we are celebrating the journey, and we're going to get into like a little bit of everything. So from Sewa, I want to know how, I mean, I know the excitement is there for you because, I mean, God has blessed you with another year. Yeah. But then how are you feeling? And then, I mean, how is things going with you?
I mean, I feel so refreshed, so refined. Like, I don't know. This year came with a very different energy.
I can see that.
I don't know, when we're ending the first season, I told you that year was a learning year, and this year I know myself better, and like everything that I'm doing it times 10 because now I've gone through like the learning process, and I'm putting myself out there.
Very
and
true.
Whatever I'm doing, if it's emceeing, if it's voice.
Guys, the social media handles have been updated. Abna Sewa, content creator, voiceover artist. What else?
Period. because
the energy that you came into this year with, I mean, I can feel it. Everybody around you can literally feel it because across your social media and then in your workspace, in your personal life, I feel like you are doing a lot of things, and then I like it for you. I remember last year we were supposed to conduct some interviews for, I think, around March, around this time, and then I told you that go and then do the interview so that I'll be behind the phone and then record. So I was like, oh, I don't want to be behind the camera. I don't want to do that. But then this year, I was just scrolling on TikTok and then I saw a video and then said what was behind the camera. He was like, hi, I want you to tell us one thing that happened in your life that you had to. I was like, wait a minute. Who is that? What did you do with Sewa? And then, I mean, it has been like you throughout, like all those interviews. And then I love it for you. I like that the energy is there. And then the interviews that we've gotten so far, I mean, it has been beautiful. So I like that for you this year.
You remember last year I was like, when it comes to LinkedIn, count me out. Because when I entered that area,
LinkedIn girly,
there's that kind of pressure that comes with it. Come and see me creating intentional content, trying to schedule a whole thing that, oh, on Monday I'm posting this on LinkedIn, on Tuesday I'm literally content planning for LinkedIn.
Yeah, I think I've seen your series where you talk about your work and then you are teaching people to also step up more.
Yeah.
And then I like your videos that you put out there where you are literally working and then people can see you. They see the mistakes that you do.
Yes.
They see how you pick up, how you correct yourself. And then, I mean, it's beautiful because it's a learning experience for everybody.
Yeah.
And then most of the time we have been afraid to, you know, put ourselves out there. We want to portray ourselves as perfect. But then, no. If you would take it from anywhere, take it from me. I'm like somebody who used to be like a perfectionist.
Yeah.
I want everything to come together, everything to be perfect. But then I am learning in this season of my life that everything doesn't have to be perfect. Everything doesn't have to come together. You just have to, you know, take things as it is, learn, progress, and then grow. That's
exactly it. And in this season of my life, I feel like, just like you saying, putting yourself out there. I don't know if you've seen my TikTok account.
I have.
When
it
you
is
come
growing.
and see me dancing and putting myself out there, you're like, hey. Some people see me as a very serious girl. Some know me to be a very jovial person, and I literally blend the two.
I think you're an all-round person.
All-round.
You have your fun when you need to have your fun. You have your serious moments where you need to have your serious moments. You have your most annoying self. And then I literally hate that, but then it's very human of you.
Yeah.
But then I can put up with you. I mean, I'm not always going to get every side of you. I'm not always going to get like the good side where, I mean, that relationship becomes, in quotes, a little bit toxic because if things are bottling up, I don't know. If things are not going well, I do not know. If every time I'm meeting you, we're just excited. You are just excited. Nothing is going on. I'm like, no. Come on, girl. We need to fight. We need to disagree. We need to agree. We need to disagree on certain things.
Like when we disagree on certain things, and you get so pissed, and you're like, okay, like I'm taking your idea, but I want it in a perspective where
pisses me off
bring your mind
so much, guys.
My mind.
Like for instance, you remember the fitness and culture episode where we had written, like, I had already pre-informed the management, right? And then we were trying to, you know, get a letter to these people. And then I had drafted the letter in a form that, I mean, any other person wouldn't know that I had already had a conversation with the manager. And then so I was like, since she's not giving us a feedback, we shouldn't put this there. We shouldn't put, so it was a whole lot of grammar.
Guys,
and I'm like, it's not supposed to be this way. So I said, no, it's supposed to be this way. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just tired. I said, okay. I just had to give up because this girl was pissing me off. That, and then that day too, we were having a whole lot of changes. We had literally 4 hours to shoot. And then some of the guests that we had planned for, they were like, oh, something came up, I can't make it. And then one was even like somewhere up north or voter region, and then we couldn't reach. So we had to like quickly.
And I was stressing on a letter.
It was a lot of things.
I'm that kind of person when I feel like this is how it's supposed to be done, and I know that saying that I was saying and you're telling me the otherwise, I'm like, no, that's not how I was.
She know they hear where this girl know they hear where. She really pissed me off that day.
Informed the management that you had a conversation with the management that, oh, we'll be coming to shoot an episode at your place, but the person was like, oh, put it in writing. So why then in the writing do you say that give us feedback on this particular day? You've already talked to the person, so you are just putting it on writing that, oh, we want this place at this particular time. So
we're supposed to get feedback, right?
That you need feedback. I didn't understand, and that's not what I was taught in BA English and communication class.
Sharp. It's okay. Let's continue.
Yeah, we having the banter again, and he's just saying okay. Just okay,
because
continue.
That thing I just had to let it go. And then I think one thing that I took from there, because I think that day I was walking to the venue with Richie, and then he was like, I don't need to let things, you know, bottle up a lot. I just need to sit down with you and then, you know, talk it out.
Oh, so you guys literally discussed me
we didn't
when
discuss
you were coming.
We didn't discuss you. See,
you
they
talked
were,
about
see, they
me. My name came up.
And
I'm sure you were like, so why is annoying me, right?
I literally said, I just said it to your face that you pissed me off.
I
So,
get to
I'm
know.
not.
When you and Richie entered, it's like the faces were weird.
Hey, see how you're really meaning it. So let's just move on. So I was trying to finish something up, right? And here, so that I will bring it to another conversation. So I just want us to assess like how this friendship, this partnership, this collaboration has been for you. It has been a year, so this like practically a year in review for us. How has the relationship between you and I, aside the banter, how has it been for you?
It's been a learning journey on trying to build something like as a team, working with people, because I've always been that kind of person that I want to learn alone. I want to do this alone, because when I'm alone, I'm more concentrated. When you are in a group, it's like this person is bringing the idea, this person is bringing the idea. Which one are we taking? And me too, I like the papa. Like, let's do papa and go. But this person will bring idea, this person will bring idea, and we have to deliberate. So I have been like the one person, one way, let's do this and get it done. But now I'm learning how to, this is my idea. What do you think? And that's one thing that I've really learned this year. This is what I am thinking about. Chris, what do you think about it? Oscar, what do you think about it? Let's make input, let's add and subtract. So I don't make final decisions. I try to do like a group more of thing. And I think I'm doing well, am I not?
That's accessible. I'll give you reviews later, but then
It
I feel
means
like
I'm not doing well, guys.
no. I'm not saying you're not doing well.
Yeah.
You are just giving yourself credit, right?
Yeah.
That's what your assessment tells you. But then you should wait for what I will have to say, right?
Yes,
Because if you say I'm doing well, right, that means you want me to support it based on what you are saying.
Like, what I'm trying to say is like,
I get where you're coming
I
from.
wouldn't be consulting like people when I want to do something. If I want to do this, I set up my mind and I do it. But now, if I want to do something, I do like a round test.
Yeah.
How is it? Should we go according to that and all of that? So I think so far it's been good.
Yeah, I think this year has been, over the year, we have learned to be comfortable with each other. We have learned to, collaborate, because even when we don't agree on a lot of things, we have learned to accept things as it should be for the bigger picture, right? Because this is a show where we want to, reach out to people. We are creating something. We are building a community, and every community needs collaboration. Every community needs acceptance and then tolerability. So if we are not tolerating each other, if we are not accepting each other, it becomes very difficult to progress. And then I think we have done an amazing job when it comes to this particular aspect, because like you said, I also like doing things like individually, because perspectives are different, right? I like my perspective, you like your perspective. So if we're not doing it in my perspective, I feel like that's not it, that's not my aesthetics, it doesn't match. And if we're not doing it in your perspective, you're like, nah, it doesn't work for me. But then we have always sort of agreed for the bigger picture, and then I think it's a beautiful thing, something that we should continue. We're not going to stop fighting, that I tell you. But then I like that we, at the end of the day, come to like a resolution, and then we come to a solution, and then it progresses. So I think it's
But
it's been
one
good.
thing that people don't know, it's very hard doing when you want to do something, is like trying to find what to discuss, trying to get a guest for a discussion. People don't know that this is like the most hardest part when you are trying to start like a podcast or like a show or anything.
I think
because you have last minute of guessing, I can't come
Very
on the
true.
day, like 2 hours for you to shoot, and they're like, I can't come.
Very
And that
true.
kind of thing, when you set up like a topic and you feel like, are we still going by the objective of this podcast?
Disclaimer. Please, if you've ever been a guest, right, or you've been invited as a guest, and then maybe for whatever reason we couldn't, meet, this is not to say like we're not calling you out, right? We're just saying that it is part of like the process of like running like the whole podcast, because we have run through like series of back and forth, a series of disappointments, series of last minutes cancellations. So don't feel like we're calling you out. I mean, it's part of it, but then we're not calling you out. She's just trying to say that it's so
you're
hard.
defending me that I'm not calling them
Yeah.
out. I'm literally calling you out and you're saying I'm not. I can't even mention
I'm being
names.
polite now.
I can't even mention names now.
Please. I'm being polite. See, I'm the polite one.
So I'm not polite. Charlie, call a spade a spade. You were like, oh, I've agreed. We'll come at this particular time. Then 1 hour to time, you're like, oh, something came up. If you knew something would come up, let us know that something will come up, innit?
Yeah, exactly. I think yeah, I pretty much agree, because I think communication, it all boils down to communication, and then also mutual respect, right? Because if you respect somebody's time, you would actually respect somebody's time by honoring the invitation, or by honoring it with communication. If you think you can't do it, or you have a lot of things going on, you just let the person know that, oh, this is a great opportunity, this is a great idea, but then it doesn't fit my schedule. My schedule wouldn't allow me. Beautiful. So that the person will know that, okay, fine, then maybe another time. And then we can go ahead and then invite other people, because we'll have friends around. You can literally do an episode and then somebody like, oh, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you invite me? I mean, we have like people very close to us that some of the conversations, I'm not discrediting any guests that we have. We feel like they could have had it with us too, but then we didn't invite them. We invited other people, right? And then when they see it kind of, leaves that, sad face like over there that, I could have had this conversation with you guys. Why didn't you call me? And then now we'll have to do like a whole defense strategy.
And the saddest thing is when like you tell somebody that, oh, this is the episode we might be shooting, and I think you'll be the perfect person for it. But because Chris is the one shooting, Chris already has his guest. And we know that, oh, now we are depending on Chris's guest. Then Chris's guest will say, I can't come in. Then the person that you told, no, I don't know if you are going to apologize to them. Like,
it doesn't work. Like, it becomes like a very, very.
Because you tell the person that, oh, you've already found a guest for the episode. Then later you going back to tell the person that, oh, the guest that we found.
I wouldn't even show up if I'm the person.
So if it
were to be you, if it were to be you,
So like, people should just understand when we invite you and you agree that you come, and you know you cannot come, communicate.
It's okay. It's okay. I've not had starship people and so let's move on. Let's move on to another thing.
And I was saying that when like planning an episode, sometimes when we pick a topic, I feel like, are we really in line with our objective? Because we are like, oh, let's promote young adults who are doing well to motivate other young adults that whatever place you find yourself, take up, so enjoy the journey because it's going to get well in future. Then it gets to a point where we are talking about relationship and I'm like, are we in line?
I mean, I feel like we're still there because it's like if you look at the whole objective of like the podcast, it's like taking a moment to reflect on life and then everything in between. So all these things are in between life. We're doing relationship. If it's not romantic, we have like friendship, we have relations with family, we have relations with other people, with our superiors, our subordinates and everything. So everything in between, I think it captures everything. It's just that there are certain things that are, essential to the podcast. And then I feel like for over the year that we have been doing it, we have pretty much stayed, in context. And then I like the contents that we have put out there. Starting out with no prior experience, learning hands on deck. Girl, you have done well. Give it to me. So
one thing I love is like the inclusion of production. Dennis can literally be on my neck. You'll be like, today you had this conversation with somebody. this is how Dennis will talk. Today, you had this conversation with somebody who's a young adult and new. Then today, I come to talk about gym. How is it related? How is it related? And you'll be so pissed though. But it's actually making a point, trying to make you redirect your thinking. And you know me, I'll not keep quiet. I will defend my point.
She's so defensive.
Shout outs to you.
Violent.
You've been a very vulnerable person.
She's very defensive and violent. Okay, so I think
the way he's heavily holding his phone caption.
let's look at
Shout out to Dennis.
Let's look at this season of our lives.
Yeah.
What is going on for you that you are grateful for? What is going on that you think it could be better, but then you're thinking let's just be there. I've seen you put people in a position to answer this question. So what has happened in your life that you have to take up so? But then before that, let's look at the gratitude part, because we're being grateful today.
You know, funny enough, asking all these people these questions, I've never gotten the time to sit down and actually think about one thing that has happened in my life that I have to take up to. But there are lots of things that I'm grateful for. Like, I'm grateful for friends. There can be days that like you are going through like a whole lot of things and you're like, Charlie, let me call this person and talk to the person, and I'll feel so much better. They remind you of who you are and you feel so great. And I'm so grateful to my friends. I have my beautiful friends here. Mother Esther, Eunice. Oh my goodness. I'm so grateful to my friends. And I'm grateful for family as well.
Yeah,
family has been like a very strong
You can never do it without family.
When it comes to,
although some families you can do it without them.
I cannot do it without my family, because my family has been like a very strong pillar when it comes to my journey as a young adult and everything that I'm going through. And I'm grateful for opportunities.
Tell us about it.
Because this year, I don't know, I said it too. When you speak good things into your life, it actually comes to pass. It comes to pass. The Lord listens, the universe listens, and everything aligns and makes everything so perfect. But let's stop laughing at my grandma. You're not marking grandma here. Everything aligns and everything becomes so perfect. So I'm grateful for opportunities and those that are putting me on. I said, I do voiceovers and people are putting me on. I MC and people are putting me on. I'm a communication strategist. That's now part of my bio in LinkedIn. So if you need a communication officer, hit me up.
Are you marketing yourself on my podcast right
now? Of course. Put yourself out there, people.
You have to pay me. Right now, you owe us royalties. We are taking 20%. So it's taking 20% from every
gig that I do.
Yes. So
and I think one thing that has happened in my life that I had to take up. So
can we revisit? Okay, so a little birdie whispered into my ears that you have been glowing.
Yeah.
You have been shining. You have been laughing. Like you have been joyous, like all round.
Yeah.
And then I know that things are working out, right? But then I feel like there is more to it. I have watched you.
Yeah.
And then I know when you are, like that, when something is giving you joy, right?
Yeah.
So I know that all the joy is not from like the gigs, the opportunities. I want to know, like, personal matters. Are you talking to somebody?
I'm talking to God.
No, God, no.
I'm talking to God, the Almighty Father. He has been holding me down up to this point. And I'm grateful, Father.
But you know God is not going to do the do.
You said?
You know God is not going to do the do.
But a little bird told me that when you get to 25, like you get men talking to you.
So you're talking?
I'm talking.
With men?
With a man of God.
Hey.
My pastor. You think I will say things here?
You're supposed to gist me now. Put me on.
I mean, when I say the date is out, you all are gonna know Because I'm gonna make noise about it.
Nobody's gonna know.
But now, I'm just talking. Because it's in talking that you get to know people, innit? So I'm talking, but this glow is from God, I promise you. This glow is from God.
Evidence.
Full everywhere.
That is evidence. Evidence. It's evidence.
To be honest, this glow is from God, but I'm talking.
I believe this glow is from God. Yeah. But I know that there is also this natural glow that comes with, being in certain places at specific moments of your life. And then I feel like you are there yet, but then you just don't want to. Wherever it is, all the best.
Thank you. What about you?
I've been blessed. I've been better. I've had in between moments where life has been a roller coaster. Let me just say it that way. But then to put context to it, I think somewhere last year I started writing. And prior to that, I didn't have any experience, although I had written like poetry, but then I was getting into fiction, and I was so scared doing it. But I think from having conversation with people, learning from people, and then putting in the work, reading more about the things that I want to, speak about, it has helped me a lot. And the one thing I'm grateful for in this regard is like community. When you want to do something, there is always like a community for everything. Like for instance, there is a gym community, there is a, Bible community, there is a book community. Like every aspect has like a community. So you need to find like your community. And then I think social media has opened me to a lot of conversations with a lot of writers, and then I'm learning a lot. But one thing that I am still yet to get there is like rejection emails. I have received a lot of them. I've received a lot of them.
We are sorry to inform you.
Since I started writing, it has been good. Sometimes I feel like my writings are so beautiful. I write a story and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. One thing, fun fact, the first full fiction that I ever wrote got accepted for publication. And then I was so joyous. Like that day, I screamed, I screamed, I did everything because it was like very rewarding to see my hard work pay, and I was just excited. And then since then, the rejection will just come in, some acceptance will just come in, but then it's been good. So I'm grateful for that. And then another thing I'm grateful for is also my circle of friends, the people that I'm able to confide in, the people that I'm able to turn to when I need to speak up, when I need to, ask for help. Those people have been like people that have held me down over like the phase of my life where I'm in a place where I'm still, getting my footing into like certain things, a lot of things. I'm juggling a lot of things, podcasts, writing, trying to survive, get through the day, and then fitness and then everything. So I'm grateful for my circle of friends. I think I'm going to put them into category from the gym guys to my very close friend and confidant, I think Isel, and you, for instance, and then I think the community from school and also social media. I have met some incredible people from social media. I don't want to mention names, but then those people know I am talking about them because we have had like a lot of conversations, and then I think they will know that the people I'm referring to. And then also the team that we work with. I never knew them. We started this whole podcast. We looked like two crazy individuals who wanted to, just sit down and then have a conversation. And then these people have accepted us. The form of acceptance, the form of, intention, like they are very intentional about us. And I think it's very much beautiful to, work with them, listen to them. It's just been beautiful.
And one thing, guys, Chris is a very good writer.
Shut up.
I got the opportunity to sit and listen to some of the write-ups that he has done that has not been published yet or is not in the public eye. I had a first hand to listen to the prolific writer. Guys, I was in awe. I'm not gonna lie. You saw me, you saw my face. I was shocked. Guy,
Stop!
the boy is good.
Stop! She's lying. Please, she's lying.
I mean, it's the details. You'll be like the not so gentle guy, the in out. It's always the adjectives you use when you're you're so in depth when you're describing your characters. Yeah. It's like you literally fall in love with your character.
I think I can give credits in that aspect. First off, like to the whole bigger picture, I think it's the African literature and the oral tradition of Ghanaian culture that I have been looking to. But then recently I've been privileged to be in like certain workshops and then the Grand Poetry Prize workshop where I had like this workshop with Poetra Asantwa. She's like one of the amazing Ghanaian writers you will meet. Poetra taught us like how to, put details into your work. She taught us like the form of intimacy in poetry, right? And when you listen to when you hear the word like intimacy, it's like getting intimate,
getting deep into things.
But then one thing that I took away and then I'm adding to my writing journey is like every day, or let's say at least a week, you just sit down to write out the things that you have seen during the day. Like let's say you meet a lady with too much like eyelashes or what's it called?
What's it called?
Those colors that you guys have, eyeshadows and then lipstick, like lip gloss and everything. It's just out of place, right? You can just come and sit down and then you write about it. You see something, a child, eating mango, and then those things are like the things are just so you write all those details, and then once you are writing a story, those details help you. They are like your bank that you have to visit, and then it's beautiful. So I credit that details in my work to her. She has really impacted my life so much.
Because when I was reading your piece, I felt like I was reading Chimamanda's piece. To me, I'm not exaggerating.
I think Mimi said same. Yeah. And then that day I cried because
cry,
Mimi is like one of the people that I respect.
When it comes to writing.
Yes, when it comes to writing, because she has pushed me so much in my writing journey, and I always turn to her for her idea, her second thoughts on things. And then there is Kwame Fritas as well. They are like my unpaid editors. If I write a story, they are the first people to read, and then they are the first people to give me corrections. So like for Mimi, I don't play. Mimi and Kwame, they are those people. Yeah, and then I'm grateful for them in this season of my life, because had it not been for them, I would have given up on writing. I think one thing that Kwame said to me that has, calmed me was like, I should learn to accept rejections as it is. And then there's also Benjamin Siropata. He's also like an amazing writer who happened to be published in like the same anthology. And we have been in conversation. I'm learning a lot from him. He writes beautifully.
Guys.
And when I say beautifully, like the story is actually very beautiful. The first story I read from him was like, listen to the title, Blue Hair and Tequila Shots. It's like a very beautiful story, but they were not going to get into that. I think I'll post the link on our story. You can just check out and read it, because
it shows how much you love writing. But like he has literally talked about writing for like 10 minutes.
Yes, I think I give up.
So what are you going? Like, what's one thing that happened in your life that you had to take up?
I think pretty much. Can I go about rejections?
You just said Kwame taught you how to deal with rejection.
I had to take counsel, right? I had to take counsel. There was this particular magazine that I wanted to be published in, because I wanted my CV to look good, right? And then I got a rejection email from them. Apparently, a lot of my writing buddies also got rejections from them, and then I realized that not to be the sad loser or a bizarre person, but then I was grateful that it wasn't just me, but then they felt it too, and then it was like a shared, kind of thing where we're able to, work through it. So I think I had to take so that rejection, I had to take so and then try again. And I think we're looking forward to better things, and then
yeah. So I mean, whatever you're doing, Charlie, put yourself out there. Let the world know what you can do, so that people can recommend you. If you don't put yourself out there, you're not gonna know. So put yourself out there. And on the note of celebrating little wins, I've been that kind of person that at first, let's say on Instagram, I'll hit 1K. I'll be like, I'm not celebrating, but it's not really a thing.
People are celebrating 10 followers, 10, 1-0.
And probably I'll get something new and I'll be like, this is just... I used to belittle every win I get. Like every new thing I get, I don't celebrate it. But in this new me, new year, new me, I'm embracing everything. If it's one city that you give me, it's a new win for me. If it's a new opportunity I get, whether I'm getting paid or not, I'm celebrating
I think it's a life principle.
Yes.
Gratitude.
Exactly.
Like expressing or practicing gratitude.
Yes.
Once you are grateful for something, you attract more. But then if you are not grateful
for what you have.
If I do something for you and you don't appreciate it, how will I know that you liked it? So I wouldn't try to do it again, right?
It's even about...
If you show me that, yes, this means a lot to me and then you actually mean it, you are grateful for it. I will strive to do more because I always want to see you in a better place.
But you know the thing. When somebody does something for you, you are more grateful to the person. But when you do something for yourself or you achieve something for yourself, we don't really thank ourselves.
Very true.
We don't really appreciate what we've done for ourselves. If it was someone who would be like, I'm so grateful for what you've done for me. Thank you so much. You might even want to show something so that the person sees that you are grateful. True. But if you do something for yourself, you're like, come on, this is just something that I know I can do. So I've already done it.
It's more of like self-sabotaging.
Exactly.
When people are saying that, you are doing good. Sometimes you're not even seeing yourself, right? But then people are bearing witness to what you are doing. And then you sit down to reflect. That is why it is very, very key or very, very essential to sit down, reflect, take everything in. Look back. Yesterday you were grieving. Today you are laughing. Today you are being comfortable. That is like a mile that you have come. You need to celebrate it. You need to get excited. So it's about celebrating little win. That is why we are celebrating 1 year
and the best
month. We are 1 year. 1 year it's not easy.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September,
it's not easy. We're excited about this journey. We're excited that we have learned a lot and we're still learning. And then we want you to help us thank God, thank our team, thank our friends, and then also especially thank you, our audience, for spending time to listen to us, to follow us, because it's not easy for somebody to recognize you and then say that I like what you do. I'm going to support you. It's not easy at all. So we are very, 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 very grateful for you for staying with us, and then this is as much as a win to us as much as it is to you. We are grateful that you have been here with us, and we are grateful that we are celebrating this day together.
Exactly. So for every single like, for every single subscription on our social media platforms at @takeamso_pod, on Apple Podcasts. And one thing, I think on Apple Podcasts, you can actually subscribe to the channel and give reviews. So let's do more of that. If you've already subscribed on YouTube, get on Apple Podcasts and subscribe and give us a review so that people will get to know more about our podcast. We are so grateful because it's not easy for you to put a content out there for people to like. I think if you are not a creator, you will not understand this. So you start creating and you're like, just liking my
I don't like my voice. I don't like my face.
One person from you. But people will watch it and just swipe. It's very painful. When you see like 355 people.
Today is an exciting day.
But
we don't want to get sentimental, so let's not.
But I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful.
We're grateful.
All those that have supported us so far in our 1 year anniversary. So because of that, we decided that we'll cut a cake. Because we said celebrate every little win you get. And we are cutting a cake today. We have our loved ones here. We have Modesta, we have Eunice, we have Dennis, we have Sylvester, we have Spilers, we have Esther, we have Oscar. So the whole production crew with some of our friends came over to celebrate the 1 year anniversary. And so we are so grateful. We have our cake here. Are you put it down?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I stand?
Yes.
Can I stand? Okay. So, can we call everybody to come? Hey!
Yeah, I think we can call everybody. Guys, can you join us?
Guys, please join.
Please join us.
Oscar, we need a knife.
No part of
That is the one.
It should be part of the recording, no. Please don't cut the cameras.
Cut.
Don't cut the cameras. Don't cut the cameras, please. Don't cut the cameras. Okay. Happy anniversary. Are we getting a knife?
I can't say.
Are we getting the knife?
Is that going to be a knife? Who brought the cake?
Anniversary.
Is it?
Who brought the cake? Let me go and ask her.
Guys, we are not getting a knife. We'll cut it.
Okay, so as we wait for the knife,
Please join me.
don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Okay, we have a knife here. Oscar, please, are you coming? So everybody come around. Come around. Oscar, please come. Oscar. Director. Silence, come. No, you have to come. Oh, let the camera be there and come. Oh, come. Mother.
The camera is good, come.
Oh, la. So are we coming in?
Joyous anniversary. Joyous anniversary. Joyous anniversary. Joyous anniversary.
Hey, who composed this song? Let's go!
That's actually nice.
It has a history, but we're not getting into that. Joyous anniversary. Joyous anniversary. Joyous anniversary. Joyous anniversary. Joyous anniversary.
So, Dennis, please come. Spilers, please come. Oscar, please come. Let's all cut a cake.
Oh,
Okay,
We can all hold hands.
let's all hold.
Let's all join. You can just.
So,
we
we cut the cake in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. So on 3, 2, 1, we say take am so. 3, 2, 1, take am so.
The candles, right?
Wow.